there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking the WNBA. Today we are talking about the right-wing media trying to create a race war between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese as we speak. Nonetheless, there is a lot of talk about Caitlin Clark. As you guys know, she was the #1 pick for the WNBA draft. However, the team she plays for, Indiana Fever, is 0-5. You guys. And, Angel Reese is in the news because of a tweet she put up after her team, the Chicago Sky, won yesterday. They're 2-1. And she was responding to Charles Barkley's comment about Caitlin Clark, and I believe LeBron made some comments as well. But nonetheless, Charles Barkley basically was saying that other players need to stop needing to be petty against Caitlin Clark and should instead thank the Indiana Fever rookie for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA. And so a lot of people were not feeling those comments. And so after, Angel Reese's team, Chicago Sky, won yesterday. She had, and I believe she had like 13 points as well and 9 rebounds. Afterwards, she went to Twitter and said the following, and she said, "And that's on getting a win in a packed arena." I think she meant to say arena, but she spelled it area. But again, that can happen with Twitter fingers. "And not just because of one player on our charter flight," she wrote, along with the kissing face emoji. However, the tweet got deleted once Fox News and other right-wing media outlets got wind of this, because they thought she was throwing shade at Caitlin Clark. And the shade was at Charles Barkley in saying that, basically the WNBA is only popping right now because of Caitlin Clark. And I have a problem with that comment because here's the thing. We wouldn't even be talking about Caitlin Clark this extensively if it wasn't for Angel Reese. Their rivalry the last 2 years of their college career is why there's been so much interest in Caitlin Clark, because they wanted to see her beat Angel Reese. Make it make sense as to how we are just going to completely dismiss the impact and the attention that Angel Reese draws, and just completely throw that out the window as if she is not directly responsible for people being hyped about Caitlin Clark as well. Make it make sense. But the other side of this is these two are friends, right? But this is what the media does, right? They do this every single time whenever there is somebody who is not a person of color that excels at something, right? They always do this. They always make them the second coming. And if you dare to have any type of critiques or any type of opinion that is not sucking up to them, that is not praising them 24/7, all of a sudden they want to make it about race. And you just don't like it because this white girl, is good in the WNBA. No, it's not that, right? It's not that. But the other issue with this is they're going to utilize Caitlin Clark's white privilege to now all of a sudden make the appropriate accommodations to the WNBA play, to the pay scale, and to their endorsement deals, and to their travel accommodations when they go to away games and all of these things. They're going to use her to basically influence that. However, the previous and current active WNBA players have been fighting for this for years, have been fighting for equal pay for years, have been fighting for better travel accommodations to away games for years. You guys remember in the bubble during the pandemic, they were staying basically at a Motel 6 while the NBA players were living in luxury and had gourmet food delivered to their door. And basically, the WNBA was given like Hot Pockets and Lunchables, you guys. it was night and day, the treatment of the WNBA players versus the NBA players. They literally was like at the Red Roof Inn or Motel 6 or somewhere, some extended stay. And the NBA players, for all intents and purposes, in Orlando for the bubble, we're at the Ritz-Carlton, you guys. We're at the Hilton. We're at luxury. We're at the Marriott, right? And so they had an issue, but my issue is that
They're going to turn anything and everything, anybody that says anything, they're going to turn it as a jab, as somebody hating on Caitlin Clark. If Angel Reese wanted to come for Caitlin Clark, she would say her name without any type of, whatever, right? But this is in direct response to Charles Barkley basically saying people need to thank Caitlin Clark because she's the reason that the WNBA is popping. But I have a problem with that because Angel Reese also needs to be recognized for her contributions to women's basketball and the fact that she's on a winning team right now. The 7th pick is the one who is on a winning team right now. Not the number 1 pick who's on a team that is on 0-5, that has yet to win a game, you guys. And that's great that you are seeing a losing team and you are paying record numbers to see this losing team because you want to see Caitlin Clark. Props to you, right? But what we're not going to do is create a race war, you guys. What we're not going to do is paint, Angel Reese, for all intents and purposes, is, doing her own thing. I believe she just became a partner of a women's soccer team in DC or something like that. So she's building up her portfolio and doing all these things. But imagine being a player right now for the WNBA. Imagine being a player and your season has started and you're winning games. Your team is going in the right direction. And all you hear about is Caitlin Clark. And you're like to yourself, well, what am I, chopped liver? Her team hasn't even won a game, right? And that's, so people have a right to feel a certain type of way because it's coming across as though the WNBA players didn't fight for any type of rights or equal pay or equal accommodations, and that all of a sudden magically it's all going to happen because of Caitlin Clark. That's the problem that people have. They don't have a problem with Caitlin Clark, the player, or what she can do as an athlete on that basketball floor. Right? That's not the problem. The problem is the media hype and the, coronation of Caitlin Clark as to basically use her as the vessel to get all of the accommodations and money and opportunities that should have been provided a long time ago to these WNBA players. But for several decades now, most of the WNBA players who are the face of the, sport are not Caitlin Clark, right? So that's the piece that's causing all of this chaos, right? And why I said do not take the bait for the race war, even as we speak, you guys. If you Google Angel Reese and you look at the search results, depending on if you look at more so the unbiased or urban blogs, they're going to say, hey, the headline's going to say, hey, Angel Reese makes a, response to Charles Barkley's comments, makes a tweet about Charles Barkley's comments after her team won last night. But if you go to the right wing side of things, if you go and you see a Fox News article, it says Angel Reese throws shots at Caitlin Clark in new tweet. And that's why Angel Reese ended up deleting that tweet, because she saw the spin that people were trying to do. And it's not okay. Here's the thing. If you're going to be a journalist, if you're going to post receipts and post facts, can you please know what you're talking about? If Angel Reese said in that tweet, this is directed at you, Caitlin Clark, that's one thing. But it was clearly directed at Charles Barkley because his whole argument was that Caitlin Clark is the reason the WNBA is relevant, and that's not true. There's a lot of interest for Angel Reese as well. And there's a lot of new interest overall in the WNBA that hasn't been there in years, right? And part of that is Caitlin Clark, and part of that is Angel Reese, right? But to just completely diminish everyone else, to uplift Caitlin Clark as the great hope in the second coming, is where people have the issue. Especially on a losing team right now. On a team that has 0 wins, you guys. Right? So, but she's going to get all the endorsements. She's going to get all the attention. She's going to be the one that's going to receive the accolades for the WNBA. And that's where people are feeling a certain type of way, because they're like, listen, I'm on a winning team right now. I'm doing a lot. We've made a lot of sacrifices. We've tried to do this fight, and you guys ignored us. But the moment that Caitlin Clark is officially drafted into the WNBA. Now all of a sudden you're concerned about the pay scale. Now you're all concerned about what the living accommodations are when we travel for games, and if we're sitting, you know, in economy or coach or business class or first class or whatever. Now all of a sudden that's a concern to you. But it hasn't been a concern when we kept going to the league and telling them things were not right, things were not fair. So that's where people have the issue, you guys. Is this has been an ongoing fight that the WNBA has been doing for years. And now all of a sudden, all of these things are just going to happen because of Caitlin Clark's existence, even if her team doesn't win any games this year, right? Or doesn't win at all, right? But it's just because of the potential and because of what she did in college that people are still interested and people want to see those games, right? But people who are trying to twist this and make this a race war and race bait type of thing, no. Please check your facts. Please check your sources and stop the nonsense, right? Stop trying to paint Angel Reese as the issue, as somebody who is all of these negative stereotypes that you guys have about black people. It's not going to work. We're going to stand 10 toes down for Angel Reese because this is not what it's not what's it, right? So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.